So today, actually, we are going to start a big module, which will be for next, definitely for 4 days. Okay. Uh, so we will be covering the project management in this next 4 days. Okay. In the next 4 classes, actually. So it has been seen that many of you actually in future is doing the project management work, uh, project and program management actually work in your means career, in your professional life. Okay, and many of the interviews or group discussions. Okay, uh, these things are basically being asked. Uh, Means which project management tool you are, what is a project, even means there are so many cases actually. Okay, one is from database concept, then the ERP, and this is the project management actually. These are the three areas where we have seen many of the questions are being asked during the interviews. And in many cases, we have seen that project management is the activities actually that you have to perform in your day-to-day life uh, once you are done with this course, right? So that was the intention, to give extra focus on project management. So today we will be starting the project management journey. We will follow everything on the PMI. PMI is the Project Management Institute, which is globally acclaimed, and means they have the certifications and all. You might be aware on this. Okay, so mm, there will be a quiz on project management. Not now. It will be having the multiple choice 15 marks quiz on project management only. Okay. So let us start with our project management journey. Let me share my screen. Okay. Am I audible? My screen is visible. Please confirm.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that is the life, huh? Means we we have to deal with the deadlines. We will be having our project goals in terms of finance, and delivery. We will have risk, we will have control, we will have timelines and milestones. We have to be, means we have to solve problems on a daily basis. Planning, yes, a long means quite a good number, means amount of time will be invested in planning. You will be given a budget, which is extremely important, because means by it is dealing with the money, finance again, analysis, teamwork, and communication. So all those things coming together actually is coming under the project management. So I thought this picture is very much apt for project management or project managers like you, future project managers. So I kept this one. So get ready, get ready. Your life, your professional life will be revolving around these things only. So many mails, so many presentations, um, so many WebEx or team sessions will be going on every day. Okay, you will be having a team. So So these are the things you have to deal with in your regular life. Okay, so get ready for that, which is bit difficult sometime. But ultimately, what will happen, you will be habituated. If you do not have that type of business, okay, we means then you will start missing them. So that is just a habit actually. I will start with a very um, popular image, okay, uh, which gives you an idea who means why project management. In several cases, not now actually, maybe in the last before 10 hours, 10 years, okay, the especially in the manufacturing field. Hi, there was something what the managers are doing. They are not doing anything. Okay, so all the things are basically created by us. So what these managers are doing. So do we need a project manager or not? Actually, so you may have seen this image. So the customer actually. This is suppose you everybody see my screen. This is a very popular image actually in the internet. So how the customer actually explained, okay, what is their need? So they need a jhula with 3 slabs, which will be hanging from a branch of a tree. That was the customer explained. That is the end product they want. So what our project leader or business analyst understand is this. So there will be a jhula. Okay, that person who was taking the requirement actually forgot to 3 slabs. So that was the requirement actually understood by the business analyst or leaders during sales. Now the analyst actually design it, something like that. That is the design phase. So there is a gap again. After that, the programmer wrote it like this. The slab is on the ground. It is not even swinging. Okay, so the programmer wrote it like this. And the business consultant actually, who is basically selling business part, huh, he or she has sold that project like that. Arey, you wanted 3 slabs only. I will be giving you a hanging sofa, okay, on the slab. So that will be better, you know. So that was the sales happened. But ultimately the programmer wrote like this, and business analyst, a business consultant sold like this. Internally, the project didn't means there is no documentation about the project. Majorly, my experience, completely my view. Okay, majorly we have seen documentation is a major part for US and European projects. Okay, and in India, we always means avoid to document, but documentation is extremely needed for all types of projects. So operations has installed that without any slab even. Okay, there is a gap. Now we are very good at billing actually. The customer has been billed on a continuous basis on different milestones which has been decided during the contract. There is no support at all. Okay, after the installations. And ultimately, client actually understood what they needed. They actually needed this circular one, but they have described as 3 slabs. Okay, so this is a typical story of a long-term project. Okay, so long-term means more than 8 months or 9 months, 3 quarters. Okay, 9 months project. Okay, so what happened actually? There was no communication, integrations. between all the parties, all the stakeholders involved in this project. So that is the reason we have ended up this scenario. Okay, this is the picture given by a very famous writer, actually. I do not remember his name, for a book on software engineering. So it is so apt in even today's world. Okay, so I thought to start the session with this. So who is going to integrate or means orchestrate, okay, with all the parties involved during a project, starting from the requirement gathering till closure? The person is basically a project manager. The role may be may come with different names like project leads, program manager, account manager. Okay, so these are the different names of that role, but the role actually is you have to coordinate and you have to take all the stakeholders in sync. Okay, so that the product has been delivered in a proper way. So this type of problem we have seen in the long-term traditional projects. Okay, now actually we normally do not see this type of long-term projects. There is something called agile methodology. You may have heard that word, agile methodology. So there is means to avoid this type of mistakes. Okay, so agile methodology has been introduced long back, 10 years back. Okay, now it is in full swing, and uh, and it has taken up the happiness of the life of the programmers and all, because there are releases and all, very frequent releases. We will see agile. Okay, in at the end of this, say, 4 classes. So that is the reason actually we need a project managers. Some data again, why the project management is important. See, 9.9% of every dollar is wasted due to the poor project performance. Okay, project performance is what? Scope, time, money, quality. Okay, 32% of the budget is lost when a project fails to reach its goal. You would like to market. It is not only the IT projects. Okay, we have seen the FMGC managers, sales managers. Okay, then the civil engineers. There are so many projects going on everywhere. Okay, projects in terms of your manufacturing some new parts. In the R&D also, you will be getting some projects. In the financial organizations, when they are launching a new policy, new financial services package. So projects are everywhere actually. Okay. So now the 52% of the completed projects are suffering actually from the scope creep, which is 52%. This is a prevalent issue of any project that we see. 68% of the organizations are basically outsourcing their projects to the third parties. Okay, so almost 70% projects are being done by the third party on behalf of the organizations. Okay, that is the reason all the companies actually we are getting the projects, and project managers are required for each and every company. Okay. Now in the okay, before that, before I come to the next slide, actually, in some interviews, actually, it was been asked that have you worked in a project? Okay, the person said yes, I have worked in a project. So the interviewer actually asked, can you please define what is a project? Okay, so can you please tell me what is a project? Some thoughts for how we are going to define a project. What is a project? And how can we distinguish projects from operations? And so those concepts first of all has to be clear. Any comment from anyone? Okay. So while if you are encountering this type of questions during any discussions, what is a project and all, then you have to remember this slide. Project has two things. One is basically project is a temporary endeavor. Okay, temporary means it will have a start date and definitely it will have a end date. The project has to be ended. Okay, and this is one. And the second one is basically it has to provide, it has to deliver a unique project. It means, sorry, unique output. Suppose, let me take an example of DLF. Okay, DLF has developed a office space in Noida, suppose. And now they are basically developing similar sort of building, okay, office spaces in Newtown, Kolkata. Right. So they can reuse some of their designs and all, but those two buildings will be separate. So this will be treated as unique output only. So they ran a project in Noida, and now it will in Kolkata they will be running another project, executing another project in Newtown. So these are the unique output. Okay. Next is suppose you are getting your pay slip. Suppose, okay, or or you are getting electricity bill or your mobile bill, okay, every month. Do you consider this as a project? Every month you are getting electricity bill, okay, or your pay slip, or some electricity provider is providing you the electricity at your home on a daily basis. Are these the projects? Basically, these are all ongoing activities which are actually operations. Okay, so they are not basically creating any unique product, and they do not have any start and end date. So these two unique means project characteristics are not present in case of printing a pay slip, sending bills, or providing electricity or water. Okay, these are all operations, not a project. The third one, means you do not expect that you will be getting the requirement of the project from the day one. Okay, you will be getting only a partial requirement, very vague requirement from the client. Okay, and from that itself, you have to start your project. Once you are working with the project, you are facing the difficulties, you are having the discussion with your end users, with your client company. Okay, your knowledge about the project will be much, much better. So just do not expect you will be getting the proper requirement. Forget about that. Okay, this is never true. Actually, that mindset leads to several problems. So person is thinking that once the requirement is signed by the customer, it is sacrosanct and it cannot be changed. It is not that. Okay, it will be changing on a monthly basis. Okay, once you start developing the project, maybe or designing the project, okay, or analyzing the project, you will be getting the requirement is being changed very, very frequently. Okay, so for that, it is known as progressive elaboration. So come out of your mindset and be ready to start working on a fluidity of the requirement. Okay, it will never be frozen till the project ends. Okay, so that is the major challenge everybody faces during a project. And project manager is the person who has to keep a close eye about the scope of the project and the requirement. Very close eye. Okay. So what is a project? Then answer should be just it is a temporary thing and it is basically undertaken to create a unique output. Okay. So and progressively elaborations. So that is the definition of project. So that should be the answer if someone asks you what is a project. Okay. So remember this. Talk meaningfully. So as I was basically talking about the ongoing activities which are known as the operations. If projects are temporary endeavor that we have seen. Projects have definite start and end date, which are basically changing. Okay, tasks are unique and purpose to achieve a unique product or services. Operations are routine activities. Okay, every month or every week you have to prepare a status deck, and that has to be provided and presented to your client. That is an operation. You have to do that. Ongoingly, you have to do that, right? So you have to prepare a expenditure or cash flow report in every month. You have to do that. Operations. Okay. Tasks are repetitive and cyclical, right? Each and every week, each and every month, so yeah, in a cycle, you have to do that. Okay. Purpose is sustain the business. So there are two things: operations and projects. Okay. So hope the concept is very clear. Now you can identify which one is operation, which one is a project. Correct? Okay. Any question? Anything you would like to ask from your project management experience? All these things, this is basically, I am not talking from from my own. It is PMI, means Project Management Institute. That's I was saying some time back. That is this content is coming from this. If you do not have any question, definitely you can ask later. Let me go ahead. Okay, that is very important. Okay, why should you do means this for how this project managers? Okay, let me go back. There is, means, okay, let me take an example. Let me show you something. Okay, there is have you ever heard a job site, DICE? I am just taking a unknown job site, dice.com. Just unknown, It is not like Naukri, Monster, something like that. It is just DICE. Okay, it is an unknown, means not that familiar job site. This is the job site. Okay, and if you just give project manager, right? Project management, and I am searching the job. It is an unknown actually. I do not know what it is going to fetch. Okay, see. So many project management job is available across the globe. Okay, which is even listed in a not so popular job site like DICE. If you give it to Naukri and all, it will be fetching you around 50,000 or lakhs of records. Okay. So just wanted to give an idea. DICE actually is the pioneer of having the job sites. Okay. So now it is not doing that good, but it is a pioneer at the means 20 years, 30 years back. Okay, DICE was there with the internet coming in. So DICE was there, very old job site, but now means the thing means the market has been taken up by other job sites. My intention is that even DICE, nobody knows that job site is giving you so many project management opportunities. Okay, that was my intention, nothing much. Okay, So that's what I just wanted to give. If you get into Glassdoor and all, you will be getting so many, what to say, uh, statistics, salary, blah, 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 blah. All those things will be coming. So I'm not getting into that because we have only 6 hours. Okay, four sessions on this. So there is no dearth of project management job. Okay. While talking in the ERP, I was telling if you get an opportunity for ERP, please go ahead and take this. Okay. So if you get an opportunity to manage a small portion of ERP projects, means that is a means a very good opportunity to for your career to grow. So always remember, huh? And ultimately all of you actually will end up with the project management. Okay. The term may be different, project management, program management, account management, all those terms may be different, but actually you are managing a project or a program or something. Anyway, so you have seen that jobs are everywhere, project managers. Okay, at least there is someone now, if the project fails, there is somebody to blame. Right? So project manager is the person, is the fall guy actually. So all the blames will be coming under the project manager, coming to the project managers. So the jobs are basically kidding actually. Okay. Now professional organizations do not be cheated. There is an organization called Project Management Institute. It is basically it is accepted actually, the certifications there, they are providing very difficult certifications, very costly. Okay. PMI certifications actually. For project managers, program managers, there are different certifications that they are providing. Okay. There is another very good, means very well established organization related to software engineering and program manager project management, is Software Engineering Institute, ACI. They are basically giving you the standards, guidelines, okay, based on which you means different companies actually working, or they provide actually for the project management consultancy in different company. IEEE, Software Engineering Group. These three are the well acclaimed and very well accepted organizations across the globe. I am not talking about India only. I'm talking about across the globe. Okay, fine. So that is these three organizations. So if you want to do, you have to. I can see, I can foresee, and I can forecast. Okay, that you have to do a certification called PMP certification, Project Management's Professional Certification, which is basically controlled by PMI.org. Okay, very costly. So, but ultimately you have to do that once you join your organization, and 3-4 years down the line. Okay, you all will be doing this. At least 80% you will be doing that PMI certifications. Okay, so yeah, this is written. Sorry, yeah, PMI, PMP certifications. Okay, let me show you. I have PMI website once. PMI.org. Yes, correct. This one. This logo you will be getting. Logo is very. Let us. This is the logo of PMI certifications. There are certifications actually. This is the certifications they are having. Project management professionals. This is the then certificate associate in project management, then risk management, and there are so many actually. Agile, all those Scrum Master certification, PMI Agile certification. I was talking, no, means the project management methodology is shifting from traditional to agile. So this is the site for your project management certifications. Okay, so I am just showing it to you because I am 110% sure that all of you will be doing that in after 4-5 years. They have published something called PMBOK. BOK stands for Body of Knowledge. This is relatively new term. You may be aware. Actually, syllabus. This is the syllabus. Project management body of knowledge. So there is it is not like physics, chemistry. You will be having a syllabus. Different organizations were following their own syllabus according to their own wish. Okay, in their training institutes. Now the PMI has come up with PMBOK, which is around 500 pages of book, which is having the syllabus and what it should be, what a project management syllabus should be. Okay, so once you are actually gearing up for the PMP certification, you have to go get into that PMBOK, and there are different books as well for this. Okay, there are several other PM means project management certification. It is just a wastage of money. Nobody will accept those certification. Only one certification accepted across the globe is PMP, and you have to do that. Any question, any thoughts on that? Anybody has already done PMP? Okay. So again, project is having timeline. Definitely it has got a start date, end date. Project will have resources. Correct? Without the resource may be manpower resource may be different types of machineries, resource may be different types of networks. Okay, resource may be your cloud. All those things will be under resources. You must have a tool. Okay, you must have a tools to manage your project. Name some tools. Okay, name some tools. Okay, any tool, project management related tool you are aware of? Yeah, Microsoft project, Microsoft of project, MS project is one. Okay, anything else? Okay, Open Office. We will be practicing actually here in this session Project Libre, Primavera. Primavera is a very old project management tool, basically being used for the big civil engineering projects. Primavera. So anyone has used any one of this? Open project actually, not Office. This is a free tool. We will be using Project Libre, which is better than Open Project. Okay, because MS project is basically you will be not having because it is costly and it does not come with the normal MS Office suite. So you have to purchase it, and it is quite costly. Okay, Primavera is very costly, but very good product. So these are the tools actually available, project management tools available in the market. Among this, we will be working on this Project Libre in our sessions. Okay. So you need a timeline, you need a resources, you need tools, and you need teams actually. Okay, team for your analysis, team for requirement gathering, team for design, team for development, team for testing, team for deployment, team for cutover, team for support, team for reporting. Okay, so many teams should be required to run a project. Okay. Okay. There are two terms. Tell me, which one is bigger, project or program? When you must have heard that word program, right? So which is bigger, project or program? Or portfolio? How portfolio is different from projects and program? Any question? Any answer on this? What is the difference between project and program? Okay. So program, which one is bigger? Program is collection of related projects. Program is collection of related projects. Go back to our ERP sessions. We talked about OTC, order to cash, procure to pay, P2P. Okay. So if I go back to this one, OTC, order to cash. This is a project. Order to cash is a project. Okay. Procure to pay is a project. Okay. R2R. R2R. Record to report. It is a finance actually. These are all small projects, not that small, but combining this, okay, this will be a ERP implementation program. So program is a collection of projects. Okay. So this is the thing. So program is bigger than project. So program management is bigger scope actually than project management, for which PMP is having a separate certification again. Right. So programs and programs are a collection of related projects, definitely. And portfolio, if you read that portfolio, a portfolio is collection of projects and programs, but strategic need, that is the main thing for portfolio. So you will be having some budget to take up the projects or programs. Okay. So depending on the budget, you have to select some of the projects or programs in your portfolio. But the portfolio actually basically the organizational, to meet the organizational strategy. Example. Okay. Example is, suppose we want to be number one in the pharmaceutical industry across the globe in next 5 years. Okay. For that, we have to take some programs. Okay. And so programs like what? Sales department has to be revamped. Okay. Marketing department should be trained, or some marketing department should be distributed. Okay. All those are projects. All those are projects actually. We have to implement latest or state of the art technologies in our organizations to smoothen our operations, to increase our client experience. Okay. So those are the things actually are coming under the portfolio. Whenever we are talking to the portfolio, that does not mean it is only IT related portfolio. Portfolio may be related to sales, portfolio related to R&D, portfolio related to manufacturing unit. They would like to upgrade their manufacturing divisions, replacing the old machines with new one. So these are all portfolio. So those will be also a project. Okay. So that is the difference between projects, program, portfolio. Okay. Just a 1 minute brief. Projects, temporary, start end date must be there and has to be a unique product to be given. Program, collection of related project. Remember that, order to cash, for procure to pay, R2R, those are individually projects, collectively program. Portfolio, strategic. You have a goal. So strategically, you have taken some projects or programs to secure that goal. Okay, so that is the portfolio, right? So portfolio is a collection of programs and projects, but to satisfy the strategic need of the company or the organization, right? Can I go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now the project management, actually, what is a project management? Project management is the application of knowledge, skill, tools and techniques. Knowledge, what about the knowledge? Knowledge is basically on the product, okay, that you are going to, suppose you are working for a banking project. So domain, banking domain knowledge is a knowledge. Good. Skill, project management skills, tools and techniques. Tools we have just seen, MS Project, Primavera, other open source tools like Project Libre that we will be using. Techniques, there are different techniques available. Okay, starting from creating a WBS and all, we will see one by one. Okay, so these are the application of this to create a unique product is known as project management, nothing much. So let me go ahead. Okay, this is a very old picture but still holds good. Okay, that is the diamond. So we have to be very cautious. We means the project manager has to be very cautious how to meet what. So all these four parameters cannot be met together. Okay, you have to play a juggling game, or means balancing game between scope, time, cost and quality. Okay, if you want a bigger scope, then your time has to be increased, your cost will be increased, then only quality will be good. Okay, other than this you cannot have. If you do not have money, go with the small scope, small timeline to maintain a quality. Quality is the goal actually. Okay, see the same thing actually, it is the client expectation. Okay, client expectation is basically depending on the time, quality, scope and the cost. So you have to juggle between all those four parameters, okay, to meet the client's expectation. And PMI processes and all are basically dependent on this. Let's see. Yeah, 5 phases. 5 phases. These phases are not given by me actually. PMI means I will always talk about the authentic source. Okay. PMI is saying that project can be divided into 5 phases. Okay. One is initiation, of course, right? Planning, execution, monitoring, and closing. I believe from my experience, see, they are giving the initiation phase, it is getting into the planning phase. One by one they are showing, but this is overlapping. These phases are very much overlapping. Initiation, planning, execution, monitoring, closing, these are very much overlapping. Something like that. Something like that. Okay, we are starting the project. Yes, we initiate the project. Initiation process starts. Then you see, similarly, our planning process and controlling process are basically being started. Controlling means you have to present the progress. You have to see the status of your finance. Okay, you have to report the execution status. So all those controlling only. Okay. So initiation, then planning process and controlling starts with the starts of the project. Okay. Then you see planning process actually actually ends, means does not end actually. Execution till we close the project, planning will be there. Controlling definitely will be there in each and every phases of that. Okay. After that, means so question was asked like which one is the most time consuming process area. Okay, in according to PMI, this is the execution of the project is the highest, biggest area of biggest, means the most time consuming area. Okay, after that you see the planning is the next one. Okay, so planning, and planning. We plan not to fail actually. If we do not plan, we plan for to fail. So more planning you do, more success you will be getting. So there you have to put, means contribute your, means your contribution has to be there in the planning. Okay, so after that closing and all. So these phases are all overlapping with each other. Okay. So these are the, okay, let us see. So basically the 5 phases. So in the project means conception and initiation, what are the materials, what are the artifacts we are producing? We are producing project chatter, project initiation, materials and all are basically given out here. Then in planning, what do you plan? You have to plan scope, which is big. Scope planning means you have to start from requirement gathering. Then you have to plan for your budget, how much budget you need. To scope and budget, the tools are basically work breakdown structure, Gantt chart, communication plan, risk plan. So many other plans has to be there. Okay. Among these, actually, they have given the chip. One of the major plan is change management plan, because we know in the project there will be changes and get ready for that. So there has to be a process of change management, be it timeline change, be it scope change, and ore bapre, forget about financial change, budget, which is the which will basically bring fire in the project. Okay, scope change is okay thing. Finance timeline changes is okay thing. Okay, but whenever you are talking about budget change, then the customer will jump onto that. Anyway, then the project execution, status and tracking. Now you are getting each and every phase. The KPIs, we have talked about KPIs in length in the ERP sessions. So please go back. Okay, because nobody is going to give you the KPIs. You have to, you have to give what is your success criteria. Okay, so that point of time, that's check the ERP deck that we have shared. Okay, execution, quality check, quality assurance, quality control, we will come. Forecast, of course, we have to do that. Okay, so that is the project execution. Project control, okay, quality deliverables, tracking, performance, and then project close. What lesson learned actually, post-mortem, what we have done good, what could have been better. Okay, so and the reporting and closing the project officially. So these are the phases actually. The what is happening? Okay. There are some graphs. I just wanted to give you some idea in the next 3-4 slides actually. Yes, 4 slides. Yeah. Okay. So you see there are some graphs. This is the initiation space, and as you are moving onto that project, your knowledge of the project is being increasing, right? So as I was telling, basically projects are progressively elaborated. Okay, so projects are progressively elaborated, that's fine. So as the knowledge of the project rises, the risk is basically declined. Okay, so as we go along in the project risk is highest at the beginning of the project, and it started coming down while we are getting more and more knowledge about the project. Okay, now see at the initially, if you find changes, okay, if you find changes at the beginning of the project, the cost of the changes are very low. But if you find that means changes at the during the as the time passes by, the cost of the changes also increases, and it would be highest if you find a change during the means just end of the project closing phase. The cost of the change will be very high. Similarly, when you start the project, the stakeholders influence will be highest. As you as the project execution started, it will come down for the influence of the stakeholders. Basically, as you do not have knowledge about the project, so the stakeholders can influence you. You will tend to understand, means accept the stakeholders requirement or comments. But as you start getting the knowledge about the project, the influence will be lower. Okay, that is a very one means that is a PMI slide only. Okay, but that is the crux of the story. Remember this slide. Huh? So sometime it has been asked what is the role or what are the activities that a project management perform or expected to perform. Okay, so here is the answer. Actually, you see this box. The entire project management, according to PMI, the entire project management are divided into 9 areas. 4 of them are main primary areas and 4 of them are basically facilitating areas. Okay, let's see. Scope, time, cost, and quality. You have seen that diamond, right? These 4 were there. Scope, time, cost, and quality management. Scope management, time management, cost management, and quality management are the core functions of a project manager. Okay. Then what are the facilitating functions? The HR management, because there will be a different HR group, right? Then communication management. Yeah. Then risk management, definitely very important for project management, risk management, and procurement management. For procurement also there will be a different group of people. So these 4, though risk management is very important for all the project managers. So what are the main work that project management has to do? Project managers has to manage from the inception to closing these 5 things: scope, time, cost, quality, and risk, and the project integration management. All the teams are basically to be integrated. Okay, so that is the 9th area, 9th knowledge area for project manager. Okay, so this is the basically the specific answer. Okay, what our project management should be doing throughout the project life cycle and why they are basically sought after resource. Okay, fine. So that is actually given by PMI framework. It is nothing actually. The project has started with there is a need to start the project. Fine. This knowledge, 5 knowledge areas are there. Okay. Then tools and techniques are there for the project. Then you are getting project 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Project success, project portfolio actually made up of this. So you are getting the enterprise's successful. So that is the very simple way of presenting. Okay. So now you know, and you can see that scope, time, cost, quality. These 4 are the in the diamond, project management diamond, and these 4 are mentioned in the PMI that these are the act of These 4 management areas are major work for the project managers, along with risk management and project integration management. Remember, this is a very good slide actually. Okay. So PMI process areas, how many process areas we have seen? Initiation, planning, execution, controlling, and closing. So here I have tried to give this is also a PMI thing. Why phase will be the initiating and planning? What? Majorly in the planning, and how is basically execution. So why means initiation process. We have to decide what are the deliverables, okay, return on investment, all those things we have to focus on before we initiate a project. Okay, so what phase? SOW or requirement statement or a contractual DOU, statement of work. SOW we know, statement of work. DOU, you know it better, document of understanding. Requirement and all are basically done in the what. So what is basically something called in the initiation, something in the planning. How is design specifications, software development life cycles are coming in the how. Who is the major time consuming phase, which is the execution. Then done. Done is basically the closing phase where we have to do the postmortem that just we have discussed. Okay, postmortem has to be there, and then lesson learned, then archiving your project documents. These are the things actually missing in India projects. But if you do a project means global project in US based or some European countries, you will be finding those done process is very well means executed. Okay, they will create a folder structure, they have assets. So whatever assets you have generated throughout this project, you will be archiving those assets. Okay, suppose estimation technique, templates. Okay, risk template. Okay, some analysis. So all those things that can be reused in the next project, that can be stored in the archive. Okay, which will be looked after by other projects for their own need instead of reinventing the wheel. So then they will be having a PPR. PPR is project postmortem report. So everybody will be get together. They will just write what went well, what would have been better. Okay. So all those things will be done. If you had some issue with your personal thing with HR, okay, so those things will be written down, documented, and then it is kept, which is missing in India project actually. Project ended, let's do party and get into other projects. Okay, so that is these are
So
the yes, please.
why is it not done in India?
Because everything cost. Okay, one is we tend to start work. We are good at development. Okay, without documentation, actually, we tend to start developing without documentation, which is a very bad thing. You please restrict your team to be over enthusiastic. Okay, first create the documentations. So sometime it may so happen, there is a good question to get a business. Okay, many a times actually the cost has been reduced like anything. In that case, we do not have the resources or manpower. If you employ a manpower, you have to build that manpower, right? For a documentation. So obviously the documentation will be very lean. That is one thing. Again, means during this postmortem, you asked now why we are not doing this. Postmortem is being done at the end of the project. At that point of time, we may be bleeding. Our gross profit is just 0.5% or something like that. In that case, we would like to get rid of the project. Okay, so we don't want to build the project, means the resources anymore. We want to release them. If the project are released and went into other projects, obviously this postmortem is gone. And at the same time, actually, all the assets, all the blood and tears and sweat you have given in the project to be successful, all the assets actually are lost, which is also a big area, big pain point in medium-sized organizations. Everything cost actually, I was documentation bolo, ya to project postmortem. Huh? So that is the reason actually.
Sir, but we also bill the clients, right?
No, that is the thing. No, if it is there are three types of contract. You are talking about time and money. If it is time and money, yes, we will be doing it everything. Okay, but if it is a fixed price project, fixed priced and build on milestones, that is even more dangerous. Fixed price project, client is not going to give you any extra money. Whatever decided during the contractual, it is the thing. In that case, actually, the budget tracking is much more stringent. And if your GP means gross profit is falling down, then you will skip the documentation part, the lesson learned part, these things. But yes, if client is paying money, okay, we will definitely do the documentations and we will definitely do the this project postmortem. Okay, so that is the thing. Yeah, somebody else? Any question?
So good question actually. So if someone asked me, we a client, we will be billing to the client. Yes, we will be billed to the client if the contract is saying it is time and money. Okay, but if it is a fixed price, then it is not actually. And if it is a fixed price with milestone, then we have to reach that milestone. Okay, to bill that. Sometimes the billing is like something like that. Suppose it is a 12-month project, client will say that I will pay 5% in the first month, 15% in the second month, something like that. So that's okay. Okay. But if client pays, once your design is, this is a 12 months and I will be giving you X, total X dollar. Okay. Now you can only bill me once your design is approved by the client. Then it is even more difficult to work for people like you who will be future project managers or account manager. Okay, it is always better to be at client side. At least one senior people with good technical knowledge to be at the client side. Okay, so that everything is stakeholder management. You will be getting more business, that is one, and you will be having a good rapport with the client because you will become one of them actually while you are working with their IT department. Okay. Okay. What to do? Okay, let us complete this slide. Then we will move towards. So we will stop and we'll discuss the class exercise. Okay, I know I may be wrong as well. Many of you have worked in your you have actually your work experience. Many of you, right? Is my understanding correct?
Yes, sir.
Many of you have worked. Now that is a organizational influence. Means how the organization is structured. Okay, here you see, forget about these writings and all. Here you see there are three types of organization. One is functional organization, another is matrix organization, another is projectized organizations. Okay, functional at the bottom, projectized at the top, and in between we have matrix organizations. Okay, so many of the companies, means at least 15 years ago. Okay, suppose you take any name actually, the companies like Godrej, suppose just taking an example. It is an old company. So they will be having different structure like today's, unlike today's organization. Like they will be having a manufacturing department. They will be having a what to say, sales department. They will be having a account department. Okay, and all the departments are basically working in silos. Okay, there is no resource pool concept. Okay, suppose if somebody is working in account department, he or she will keep on working in the account department. Okay, so that type of organizations are called functional organizations. Now let me show this one. Okay, so what happened actually? If you are basically in the functional organizations, there are project managers authorities very little or none actually. There is no concept of projects or not. This is just an operations we are running. Okay. Then functional organizations, if there is an account team wants a resource, okay, so they will not take the resource from manufacturing. Manufacturing itself will not release the resource. They will put the advertisement and get a new resource. Okay, the functional managers are basically calling the shots. Okay, and project manager role is means there is no project managers actually. Okay, so that is the functional way of managing the company. We know that in Godrej or in ITC 15 years back, they were like this only. Some pillars working in silos. That's it. No project management, nothing. In projectized, actually, what is the one example of projectized company? Many startup companies. Actually, many startup companies, they have got a project and started. Okay, some good people, intelligent, brilliant, enthusiastic people started the work after getting the project. Okay, so they have 2-3 projects. So these are basically projectized organizations. So projectized organizations will have the project management. Project managers are everything over there. Okay, there will be a resource pool of resources who will be working in multiple projects, not like your functional operations. Okay. Now, who's decided the budget? Actually, the project managers. Project managers role definitely full time and administration is full time. Project management administration. Here, actually, the resources are basically what to say, shared by projects. So there is a very stringent control of resource pool. So every resource will be shared. So that is the projectized, which can be good for 2, 3, 4 projects. But ultimately, we have to get into a matrix organizations. Okay, it is a combination of means that functional and projectized. Okay, weak matrix is nothing but this is the strong matrix organizations actually we are talking about. Okay, right now you will not see weak or balanced matrix. It is basically the strong matrix where project managers have a good amount of authority. Okay, he is working with the full time. Resource pooling is there. Okay, and there are separate divisions for non-project work. Non-project work means support functions. Support functions may be HR. Support function may be your finance. Support functions. But the sales, marketing, those will be clubbed into that project itself. Okay. So these are the different types of organizations. Normally, we have seen functional organizations 15 years back. We have seen weak metrics, balanced metrics 10 years back. Now it is basically many of the organizations are most of the organizations. Even the Godrej, ITC, those examples I was taking, they have become the strong metrics. And projectized, very difficult to manage projectized. If they started growing, no, then these organizations will fall into this, will adopt this strong metrics thing. Okay, so that's what the organizational structure. So depending on the organization, our project management skill and the authority will depend. Right. So this is the organizational influence. I knew that I understand and I assume that you had a idea of this, but this gives you a clear picture what are the different types of organization existed and what are the two main types of organization in today's world. Okay, I am not talking about the IT only. Okay, I have worked with Hindustan Lever, now it is Unilever. Okay, we have worked with means we have done projects in several other companies, in different oil companies, petroleum companies, in pharmaceutical companies. Okay, so we have seen that strong matrix is the key thing in today's organizations. So be ready to be, when you get into your first role, you will be allocated a code. Okay, claim code. Okay, so this claim code you have to use at the end of the week to claim your things. And that is not true for your IT projects only, IT organizations only. In any other major giants or organizations, you have to work in a specific project. Okay, so that the expenditure, the earning, the benefits of that project or the activities are basically managed and tracked on a regular basis. Okay, I will stop out here. Okay, I will stop out here and now I will go back. Okay, this is okay, fine. I will go back to the class exercise where it is. Yeah. I will be sharing this file. Let me share this file with Satya. Satya, please do share this file to everyone. Huh?
Sure, sir.
1 second. Today morning I have class exercise. Okay. Now please share this to all participants and of section D. Okay. Okay, everyone, I'm just writing something. Please read the Word doc with the questions. Okay, I will. Thanks and regards. Okay, let me write. This is a test with 15 marks. Please submit your populated Excel by today is what? Today is 9th and today is Wednesday, right? Today is Wednesday. Can you please you give it on 17th? Let you take another 9. Okay, Excel by 17th Feb. Okay, take your time, but do not procrastinate. 2020, 15 marks. Okay. This is the group exercise and follow the same group structure of your presentation. Follow the. Okay, let me give you that file first. Then I will discuss. You give it one file from one group, okay, by 17th on my mail ID. You have this document. You have got 11 data sets. Okay. Okay. These are the questions. We have two parts. First part is having only 5 marks, though the number of questions are more. And second part is having 10 marks. Okay. In the second question number 4 and 5 formula, this is the 4 and 5 in the advertisement plan and all. These are the data file distributions. You have 11 set of data. This is the file naming. Do not forget to give your group name number. Okay, otherwise I will be lost. This is my email ID given. You will be sharing directly to me. Okay. Though it is written, you use your pivot tables and all, only pivot tables. You can go ahead and apply any good visualization and analysis technique available in Excel. Okay, you can use anything. Pivot table is basic. Definitely you have to use that. But apart from pivot table, it is totally up to you. How do you visualize your data? How do you club your data, consolidate your data and all? Okay. So that is the question paper. Okay, and these are the set 1 to 11. Any question on this? 17th is the deadline. 15 marks. Okay. Any question, any doubt, please let me know. You can definitely tomorrow also we are having a class. So we will continue with the, okay, one thing. Okay, tomorrow, okay, one thing, huh? Can you please get ready for this practical sessions? We have something called Project Libre. Arey, why this is not going here? Everybody see my screen. Please download or install Project Libre. Project Libre. Project Libre. Yes, software. You can just give this. Okay, it is a. You can use that one or anything actually. You can do whatever way. SourceForge is the Project Libre. So this is the project software I will be using, and you all will be using along with me. Okay, so get ready. There is a download button. You know, you have. I think you have the opportunity for download. Hold on. You have the options for other operating system as well. It is a 1.93, 1.9.3 version. Okay. So we will be using this software, okay, for our project management hands-on. We have to do that actually. Everyone will be working on with me to create a project plan and all. So to please get ready with this before tomorrow or tomorrow, yeah, before it is better to install this. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So this is the Project Libre software, which is very similar to the MS Project. Definitely MS Project is better, but Project Libre, which is basic, we can give a competition to MS Project. Okay then, let us stop out here. Okay, so I'm fine, and tomorrow let us again continue with this project management thing. Okay, before that, please install your this Project Libre. Bye for now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.